Today we will try to make a Flash logo, bling, and shine. And where you can find this tutorial is going to hoonkim.com/shine. And then it will take you to this nice tutorial. And the idea here with this tutorial, I'm just going to give you a brief overview. You can follow it by yourself if you wish, is you download the source files. You download the source files, you extract it, and once you extract it to your desktop, you should have this folder called Alpha Gradient. Within the Alpha Gradient folder, you're going to find a series of files, the actual Flash file, and as well as a Photoshop file. Let's take a look into the Photoshop file first. So this is Photoshop. If you're an absolute beginner to Photoshop, you might want to look at some beginner series on the Photoshop, but let's just try to get a feel for what's going on here. If you use the letter T, the text tool, we want to change it, and notice right away I don't have this font installed on my computer, so just click on OK, and it's gonna use font substitution, which is fine. And I'm just gonna highlight this text, and I'm gonna play around making it my own. So I'm gonna create a nice title here. You might want to consider resizing this text here by, you can just triple click and highlight everything and change the number 120 to something a bit more reasonable, and click on the move tool. Use your arrow keys or shift arrow to move more quickly, and I'm just gonna click on the T tool again, and notice how if you click and start typing, this is not, I want to kind of retain the formatting here, so I'm gonna press escape. So what I'm going to do here on the text layer in Photoshop is to right click and duplicate layer, click on OK, and on this layer it's a copy of the previous one, so I'm just going to use the move tool, or you can even press V if you want to use a ninja shortcut there, and I'm going to press down arrow, or even shift down, and I'm going to click on the text tool so I can click in the text and highlight it and type in free video. Whoa, this is way too big. Let me just highlight this text, make it smaller. How about 50? Free video tutorials. Alright, so you can try to make this a bit bigger or smaller. You try to match it up, and this is something that you might want to play with. Something else you can consider doing is, well, we'll just type it in here if you try to guess this out here. So maybe a little bigger, 54. This is pretty darn close. Let's use the arrow key, try to match this up. You can see it's a little bit too big. I'm just going to make this a bit smaller. Let's try 53.5. You're allowed to use decimals, that's good to know. Use the move tool. Okay, so this is not bad. I don't like the color. If you want to change the color, it comes down to double clicking into the layer, not the word itself. This here is, if I click on the eye, I'm working with, I'll just type in here. Double click on the text, type in free video tutorials, and then on this layer, this is the hoonkim.com. Double click on the side over here, pow, and notice how the reason why we have all these fancy effects in Photoshop is because we played around with all these settings. So something you might consider doing is, for example, the free video tutorials layers. Right now it seems that the glow is a bit too strong because the text is smaller. So if I click on the actual stroke as well as the glow, let's do stroke first. Don't uncheck this. This is just turning it on or off. We're going to actually click in the middle of the stroke layer style, and then let's change the size from 2 to 1. Notice how it's a bit thinner, and that might be okay. Click on OK. And let's try to change something else about this one here. Let's try changing the there's some shadows and other effects as well. The outer glow. Let's go to outer glow, and you can see the size is 6 pixels. It's a bit too big, so let's try 3. Let's try half. Notice how we're dropping down the size, and click on OK. And really, for you to create your own custom title, that's what we're going to be focusing on. Perhaps I should make this glow just a little bit bigger. But ultimately, let me just make that 4. It's a bit bigger. ultimately, you play with the settings to get the text just the way you want, and then the font that I like was Bebas New. So I'm going to highlight this text here, change the font to Bebas New. You can get this font from dafont.com, and let's click on this layer here, and it's really up to you to get the look you want. And of course I have to retweak this out and I'll fix it up, and you can try that at your own time. However, when you're finally done, if you actually press control click on a layer, notice how we can actually, if I control click on this text layer, we can actually, so let me control click on this layer, you can actually get the inside part only. And when you copy this, we can somehow separate the inside versus the outside part. And the outside glow part is actually what's very important for getting this shine effect going. So let me just show you that website, hunkim.com/shine. And notice how over here in the final example, I'm not sure if you noticed that, it's the outside part that's getting changing in a very subtle way. The inside part is actually staying the same. Alright, so go ahead, make a nice logo, and we'll continue this video, and hopefully we'll get this shine working beautifully.